Alright, so I've got some coffee and my shotgun shell caffeine pills here. I think I'm good to go. I don't know where to put this. I don't want it to spill anywhere because I didn't bring the cap. Dog! Come here. Dance. Get under that command. Alright, dog. Put that there. Might as well put it up here. Alright. So, I ate a huge lunch and I'm feeling like... I'm in Durr mode right now. You want some coffee, dog? She doesn't like this microphone in the way because it prevents her from smelling my breath. Hey, want to smell my breath? I know you do. Did I eat any T-bone steaks? Any pork? Beef? Chicken? Your favorite? No? That's why she smells my breath. So, let's see here. Today's just gonna be a chill day. Chill. If you've got some YouTube videos, you can always link them down below. If you're a subby sub, well, you can put it in the React channel in Discord. A lot of the subs that I had from the marathon, basically, last month, we just hit a month like a few days ago. Just hit a month a few days ago, so a whole bunch of subs were sucked up between time and space. Whatever. So today I'm probably going to talk about... I posted in the Discord and I even tweeted it out. I'm thinking about just doing a marathon here. Fuck, I mean, the thing with Guinness is that they have too many stupid rules that are a pain in my ass. Some of it costs probably some good money, to be fair. I don't think I've got enough volunteer viewers. If I had like 8 volunteer viewers, maybe 10, that want to volunteer 4 hours at a time, maybe 10 would be a safe number, to be fair. And you want to do that for a full week. Maybe longer. It's just, nah, you have to hire people, man. Unhealthy marathons? Well, these aren't going to be too bad. These marathons are, you get sleep. So you game for 24 hours and you sleep for 4 hours. It's like not that bad. Then you just do that for like a week. Let's actually take a look at the Guinness here. Also, I downloaded those Dragon Dogma mods. I'm gonna have to close this tab here. I was trying to find mods that made the pawns shut up so you couldn't ever interact with them. Interacting with pawns was not possible. Or at the very bare minimum, you had to like... I mean, this is the things that I just thinking of off the top of my bat. Those pawns, while you're like spamming the circle button to interact with grabbing items off the floor... If you want to talk to a civilian, you have to hold the button for a full second. I know, that sounds crazy, right? And then you can have 2 different buttons, 2 different inputs for the same button. It's insane, I know. So I could spam item pressing while not having to trigger dialogue. I know, it's crazy. What? This dog just loves sitting on my lap, so I'm going to close this tab here. Yeah, though, I downloaded the infinite run mod, by the way. So I can run infinitely. That just makes the game 80 times better. Especially when you're not in any danger, there should be no need to run. But, I mean, the fact that something exists for it kind of shows that there was a need for it. There's a mod that exists for it, shows that there was a need for it. So running and also weight, the weight limit of carrying meat, just... It's funny because like Dark Souls 1, Demon Souls had that ridiculous restriction back in like 2008. Something like that. And then Dark Souls 1 removed it. And then Dark Souls 2 kept it removed, and Dark Souls 3 kept it removed. You can just carry whatever the heck you want and it doesn't burden you. Quality of life improvements indeed. Alright, so I'm going to close that tab. Alright, let's do this. My Stay on Top app isn't working. Weird. It's not turned on. Oh, that's gonna be somewhat annoying for me. I'm just really low energy. I ate a whole bunch of food before getting on stream. I don't know, like maybe 7 eggs, 2 potatoes, half an avocado, handful of berries. And some cookies. There was some cookies laying around that I didn't buy. What was I gonna do? Brain operating slowly. A Lady Domitresque mod, huh? Trust me, other gamers would disagree with you. Yeah, I'm not sure what was wrong with your monitor. I mean, you gave me a list of things. But, I mean, having a second monitor is always good. You can kind of have one for watching things or just browsing the internet while your game monitor's doing work. I forgot what I was going to do. Damn, what did I say I was going to do a second ago? All my blood is rushing in my stomach right now. To be fair, I have been drinking my vitamin supplements. Still a little bit hot. Oh, yeah. Guinness. Ah, yes. I'm going to show you how pathetic this shit is. Weird. It's pathetic. This is so pathetic. Okay, we're gonna switch to this. Alright, so here's Guinness Book World Records here. There's only 20 results. Oh, 1 of 20 of 265. So there's 265 for the category of gaming marathons. Longest mobile gaming marathon lasts for 26 hours at E3. These are my opponents. This is who I've got to go against. Assassin's Creed Kingdom rumors and gaming marathons. Nope. Longest video game marathon playing games in the Naruto series. So this guy played a bunch of Naruto games and he lasted 28 hours. Here, let's just take a look. I don't know. Naruto. I think that's how you pronounce it. Naruto. Anytime I hear somebody talking about it, it's like Naruto. So I've been saying it all fucked up. MMO. You can't submit your VoDs. Nope, they don't work. Not even close. Not even close. I posted in my Discord, if you've seen it. I basically posted last few posts in my Discord. All right, let's put this away here. So this guy, 28 hours and 11 minutes. You know what the funny thing is? If I did 29 hours... You know how many of these I could just go and systematically demolish? Oh my god, that'd be great content, wouldn't it? Just going off and just fucking up all these marathons. These stupid, stupid, pathetic marathons. I could do this in one sitting without sleep. The longest video game... Maybe I should just go down all of them and just play all these games that I don't ever want to play. Like Naruto. I don't ever want to play that. I never watched the anime. I'm not trying to, like, shit on Naruto. A lot of people like it. It's apparently very popular for a reason. Two for the duration. So he played this game. He only played one game for 28 hours. 24 hours of gaming on mobile sounds miserable. What was he using though? I mean, the picture didn't load. This is him playing on mobile. I mean, does that look like a mobile game to you? He's using a PlayStation controller from what it looks like. It's hard to see, but it looks like a PS2 controller? I don't know. Longest video game marathon playing in the Super Mario series. Jesus Lord. None of my things are loading. So this is for 50 hours. 50 hours straight. Dan Rickert. Longest video game marathon playing Mario series was achieved by Dan Rickert, USA, who played for 50 hours in Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is in 2011, by the way. 2011. Also, take a look at the clocks here, the atomic clocks. Who is this? Video game playing a Halo game. Man, these images just don't want to load. Wow, this guy went... What game was this? He went for 69 hours. And this was on the June 2022. The longest video game marathon playing a fighting game is 69 hours and 44 minutes and 20 seconds. Achieved by T-Nick. In New Jersey. Chile? He's from Chile, but they... I don't get this. What's the point of having his ethnicity here if he's from New Jersey? To be fair, it's all stupid to me anyway. So he did this on my birthday 2 years ago. So while I was out having a birthday party at my place, that was a good birthday. That was a good birthday. Because my friend surprised me. First surprise birthday I've ever had. He surprised me. He brought, like, I don't know, 4 girls over to my podcast area. He's like, we're going to do a podcast. I'm like, okay, cool. And then he's like, surprise. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And there's, like, girls there, so I'm not complaining. But during that time, this dude over here crushed it. I mean, this is pretty fucking good. But the thing is, he was allowed to sleep. So maybe he utilized sleep. BlueStacks? I don't think BlueStacks... No, BlueStacks is unfortunately banned. This guy was recording it too. If you look at the screenshot here, I see Streamlabs OBS, I believe. So yeah, this was the guy that did it. Fighting game. He played what game? Tekken? Part of me wants to just go through all of these and systematically demolish them by like 1 hour. Maybe not kill myself over it, but just systematically demolish all of them by like 1 hour. 69 hours and 72. Fuck it. You know, go for 72, right? He's allowed to sleep on this one, though. He's allowed to sleep who knows how long. So 10 minutes every hour of break time. 10 minutes every hour of break time. So that would be, I mean, technically, it has to be uninterrupted gameplay, though. So when you're taking a break, your breaks don't stack up. Alexa, how many hours is 690 minutes?
690 minutes is 11 hours and 30 minutes.
So he potentially had 11 hours to sleep, this guy. What's up, Kiosk? Hi, Wesker, and hi, 44 Cal. Welcome. Oh, this guy went for... Oh, he did! You fucking smart bastard, Wesker. Okay, he noticed that. Maybe I should go for meme records, too. Maybe I should do that. Steal it from this guy. I'd have to go for... I don't know. He went for a meme. Okay. Part of me thinks that you can just kind of call when you quit. Because that would be kind of not easy to just hit to say that that's how long you've played. Plus, they give you an amount of time to do a button input. Like you've got to do a button input every like 20 or 30 seconds. I can't remember. So every 20 to 30 seconds, I can't remember what it was, but you have to do a button input. But I think this would actually be kind of neat, to be fair. To be fair, that's more compelling content than playing Dragon Dogma. A game that's 12 years old. And basically, what I want to do with this channel, by the way, is get my 18,000 followers back I used to have. When I came back, when I unfucked up my channel and undeleted it, I had like 3,000 followers missing. And I'm not sure if people could delete their follow count while they had no access to my channel. So I don't know, it just got deleted. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it here. So that longest video game marathon playing a Halo game. I've never played. I played Halo one time at my friend's house. He had an Xbox and we were like teenagers. And I played Halo, and that was the first time I ever used double stick controls, where you move with the left stick and you change the camera angle on your right stick. First time ever doing that, and my brain was just like tweaking out, like, what's going on? How do you do this? Longest video game marathon in Halo. This guy's from Finland. How do you pronounce Helsinki? But I'm very well aware that this place exists. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, years ago it was turn that down. Yeah, the thing is, I went to TwitchCon that year and it made me ultra nostalgic, and I decided after going to TwitchCon 2018, I wasn't a streamer and I didn't have a stream account. After deciding to go to TwitchCon and coming back, I got so nostalgic, I'm like, we have to revive the channel. Because ultimately I didn't want to actually quit, right? It's just, it was a very kind of logical, probability-based decision. Plus, plus, like, not really having a good streaming space for a while really kind of it gave me time to think while everything was, like, fucked up in my life. I had a lot of time to think, sleeping on a floor with no mattress, no pillow. I don't think I had a pillow. So I had a lot of time to think, and I remember typing in my Discord. It wasn't Discord, it was on Twitter maybe back then. I deleted my Twitter too, by the way, so all my old tweets are gone. But I remember saying to my friends on Twitter, because I had just pranked them, by the way. I just pranked the living fuck out of my stream with an April Fool's joke, where I pretended to do a 72-hour marathon, and everyone believed it. I just played a VOD of my last 72-hour marathon. People believed it. Alright, so this guy, longest video game marathon playing a racing game. I think racing games are fucking miserable. This guy did 90 hours, though. This guy did 90 hours, and this was recent. Grasshopper. Gran Turismo 7 for the attempt using racing simulator hardware. What's that? Anybody know what that is? He has previously achieved records for the longest video game marathon playing games in the Naruto series and the longest video game marathon playing a puzzle game. Well, he's about to get his shit wrecked, maybe. He set himself the challenge of using all 474 stock cars in the game, and by the end of the attempt, had covered over 9,100 kilometers. Unlike previous gaming marathons attempts, chose not to eat spicy foods to help him stay awake. Instead, opted for sour fruits and candies. You fucking dumbass. This guy's a goddamn noob. Tried spicy foods. I tried that, didn't work. And then tried for... Wait till they realize the most simplest answer is just fucking water. Water and green tea. But there's no way this guy did this in one session, by the way. I wonder, what's this guy's name? Here, let's go here. Just do that. So this is an old record because this was 8 years ago for Need for Speed. And by the way, you can never keep a record forever, so it's not important to keep a record forever. The important thing is to just keep a record one time. That's it. You broke it one time. That's all you need. Record in 50-hour marathon gaming world records in 4 minutes. Okay. Oh, I see. Hold on. Let's take a look at this. Copyright music. No thanks. So, I mean, this guy looks like a huge nerd wearing a Sonic hat. And I have to say the Sonic fan base is probably the most... one of the funniest, weirdest, strangest fan bases. So he's at some sort of public area where you can game. If I can find one of these, that'd be nice. But the thing is, I plan on using strats where I piss in a bottle. I need to figure out some hose that goes outside and just like shoots it off into the grass. So I don't waste sleeping time. It's pretty gross, I know, but I'm in it to win it. Yeah, racing and sports games, by the way, I couldn't stomach. So I wish there was a timer here. I mean, this nerd's been there for 1 minute. How long was this? 50 hours? So he's been there for like 10 hours already. Just chilling. Damn it, dog. You're... I itch my leg. I've got this thing on my lap. It's a monster. This guy changed his shirt. Why? What's the point? He got rid of his stupid hat. So this is what? I mean, this is maybe a singular photo taken every... I don't know, 10 minutes or something. I don't know what this would be. 50 hours in 4 minutes. What would that equate to per second, per frame? Not per frame, but... Dude, this guy has not fucking moved. He's been marathoning with this guy. I mean, he's been there for like 18, maybe 20 hours at this point. 25 hours, actually. This guy hasn't moved at all. Oh, see, the guy's asleep. The guy's asleep. He went to bed. You see that? That had to have been sleep, by the way. And what the hell? He's not even playing his game now. What's going on? Maybe it was this nerd over here next to him. The big guy. Not the Sonic guy. It might have been Sonic. It might have been this guy right here. Not... I don't even know, man. Now, I think it was the guy in black. I think that's the guy we're actually looking for. Well, I mean, that's an awkward camera angle, if you ask me. It's more intuitive. It's Sonic, bro. And they're like trading hats. They're gonna get lice. I just don't like the Sonic fan base. The only Sonic games that I liked were really, you know, the Sega Genesis Sonics. Maybe Sonic 3D Blast. And then I stopped playing them, to be fair. To be completely honest, so I don't really know what the newer games are like. Okay. Alright, so... does that look like the guy? No, this wasn't him. That was just some random marathon. Okay, so this guy did a racing simulator game for 90 hours. Longest marathon playing a Call of Duty game. 135 fucking hours. Okay, now we're getting to some of the ones that are a bit tough. This guy did it in 2012, hasn't been beaten. Obviously, the higher hours you go, the longer it's going to take to beat it. Bad 3D Wii one. I don't remember which one that was. Sonic Colors? Okay, so this lasted... hold on. Okay. So Call of Duty. I've never played a Call of Duty game in my life. I've never touched one. I've never gone over anybody's house and they were playing it. I've just never played one ever in my life. Part of me is proud to say I avoided that cancer. But to be fair, I think the only reason I probably think it's cancer is because it's just a mainstream game. It's just a shooter. Possibly a really toxic fan base. But to be fair, most fan bases are pretty toxic. It may not be a direct correlation to the game, just direct correlation of society. Or at least maybe just gamers. Hi, Suki, welcome. So this guy did it in 2012. It's been 12 years. Nobody broke this guy's shit. It's been like 13 years, let's say. 13 years and a couple months. 135 hours, 15 minutes. No meme there. Elder Scrolls game, 48 hours and 14 minutes. So you can kind of see here. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll just fucking do this the rest of the year. Just go off and systematically destroy everybody's records. While maybe closely following Guinness Book World Record standards. I don't know. The only issue that I have... alright, so we've looked at some of the Guinness Book... the Guinness Book... rule sets. And one rule they have is you need judges. You need 2 judges at any given time. And those judges can only judge for 4 hours each. So, you know, they judge... let's say we've got 2 people judging at the same time. They judge for 4 hours each. And then somebody else has to. So you need at least 4 judges. At least. And but it's not feasible because some of those people want to sleep, right? And let's say they sleep for a total of 8 hours. They want to sleep for a normal 8 hours and not torture themselves. Then you're going to need more than 4 judges. You'll need at least 6 judges. And if they only want to judge like for 4 hours per day, maybe just like the 4 hours they're home from work or whatever, then you're going to need like 8 judges, right? You need 8 dedicated people just to kind of maintain things, right? High explosive. The longest marathon playing a Guitar Hero game is 72 hours. I've never played Guitar Hero. Here's the issue. I might even hate the game, and it might be more painful to play a boring game than it is to actually stay up. Period. This guy just keeps showing up. Why? Oh, because I guess his one record, longest video game marathon playing a racing simulator game. Maybe it just keeps going up. Or it just keeps breaking multiple game records. Longest video game marathon playing a mobile game, 55 hours. Playing a casual game? What even constitutes a casual game, dude? Bring out a Nintendo Wii game or something. I don't know. That was the casual gamer system. What was he playing? Longest video game marathon playing a casual game lasted 30 hours exactly and was achieved by Laura Rich and Kathleen Henkel. Apparently 2 people, how is that possible, who played solitaire. I guess they both broke it at the same time. They were both technically playing Solitaire Blitz. PopCap. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm sure when girls play with each other, it's not even about the game. They just start like laughing about stupid shit with each other. It's not so much about winning or losing. It's just about playing with a friend and joking around and being dumb. Not in a bad way or anything. So 26th, 27th. Somebody's pissant birthday is on the 26th. June 12th, 2012. So they celebrated this guy's birthday. Some random guy, I don't know, who's got a birthday on the 26th. Playing one of the crappiest casual games on the planet to really just kind of... Thanks for being alive. I'm not going to say. Sims Animal Crossing. Longest video game, Call of Duty. Elder Scrolls, 48 hours. 14 minutes. This might be interesting, me playing Elder Scrolls. I'd have to play on like easy or something. I don't want any challenges while I'm marathoning. The harder the game is, the more you perceive the game to be hard. The more calories you burn, the sleepier you get. 48 hours, 14 minutes. Jeff, Nation, JJ Locke, Casey Kaufman. How's there multiple people doing this? I think these rules are so casual, they allowed you to do it with multiple people. Or maybe just multiple people went for it. I don't remember. But there's a bunch of records here. Assassin's Creed. This would be fun because I like Assassin's Creed a whole lot. Not just a little bit. I like it a whole lot. Alright, bye, dog. Dog said, fuck you, man. Go. Go. "109 hours, Antwerp, Belgium, 2010. You know, these 100-hour records nobody wants to touch for a long time. And maybe it might be in my best interest to go longer. Gunk TV. At the Gunk TV World Record Gaming event in Antwerp. What is this one? December 2010. Survival horror. This is the guy I wanted to wreck. This is my arch nemesis here. 48 hours and was achieved by what game? Survival horror game, State of Decay. I mean, I've heard of the game, I just don't know what that is. Was played for the duration of the attempt. Basically, also, playing one game is just better than playing a whole marathon list of games the way I normally do it for fun. So, in my Discord, I was talking about Guinness has a bunch of weird rules that actually make this a lot lamer to do. Where it's not necessarily fun, but you get a stupid record. One of those things, like they penalize you for changing games, right? You're not playing a game technically. Whether you're switching a game for a minute and a half, they take that minute and a half and they say, this is your sleep time. It's digging into your sleep time. But not only are they digging into your sleep time, it also invalidates the hour. If you were to beat a game at, like, let's say, to make this simple, 10 hours and 45 minutes. And if you use sleep time, those 45 minutes that didn't reach the full hour, they get destroyed. And just start back at 0 to redeem another hour of rest time. So, obviously, just playing one game, it's kind of a meta. So if I did a Zelda marathon and I just played Tears of the Kingdom, personally, I mean, the problem is, here's the issue I have with that, is I'm slightly burnt out on that game. I got done playing it a few months ago. If I wait a few years, or the game is like brand new again, starting a new save file, and then just playing that game because I played it for 300 hours. I do a Zelda marathon, according to Guinness. A Zelda marathon. Because it was a Zelda game that I played. But it's not like a marathon that you see here on this channel, right? On this channel, marathons usually equate to multiple games. For me, in my brain, here's just how I work, whether this is the official definition of what a marathon is or not. Dog's kind of going around. I don't know. I wish she didn't take a shit somewhere. Nah, she went at it a little bit ago. Ah, coffee. Please, wake me up. Drink some more. Switch 2 in 2024. Just wait till the next Zelda game. If it is similar to the last Zelda game. The only issue I have with playing a new Zelda game, if it were like Breath of the Wild 3 or something like that, right? Is that I think I would hurt my experience of the game doing a marathon. Because that's something that happens to me. Doing a marathon, I've lost in the past from 10 years ago. Doing marathons in the past. Doing marathons in the past, if I played a new game at the start, I don't enjoy the game as much. You know, you kind of need to take breaks. Like, I've had my fun. Me doing a marathon. But anyway, yeah, it's not conducive to fun. But I didn't finish my last sentence either. A marathon to me is 24 hours minimum. There's no such thing as a mini marathon, even though I've typed one of my last mini marathon. I just put that for clickbait, to be fair. A mini marathon, or like a marathon, is 24 hours, and it consists of multiple games. That's it. You beat multiple games. That's a marathon. To me. To me. Maybe not to the world, just to me. That's what it means. So to Guinness, it doesn't mean that. To Guinness, it means you just you played one game and you did it for nonstop. They would have more restrictions than me that I don't normally have. You're allowed to sleep. They also have these like little wimpy ass things to do. But to be fair, the sleep part of the Guinness Book thing is what actually makes this kind of a challenge, right? You get points every time you sleep. Every time you game, an hour, every time you game, you get 10 minutes of sleep. And then choosing when to use those 10 minutes wisely is part of what makes it a game. Am I going to be able to submit my endurance marathon for Guinness? If I follow the rules, sure. There would be nothing stopping it from me following. If I followed their rules. Somebody asked earlier if 72-hour marathon that I did classifies as Guinness, and it doesn't. Because I didn't have judges watching me every 4-hour break increments. 2 judges for 4-hour increments throughout the entire 72, taking notes. Also, I didn't have a timer. And you need an atomic clock. Do you see how this guy has an atomic clock here? You can just assume these are numbers, fellas. It's numbers, and it's showing at the camera filming him. So I need 2 camera angles. If I'm going to be a live streaming doing this, I need 1 camera angle for the gameplay so you guys can enjoy yourselves, which is really an OddlerPro marathon. And then you've got these marathons here where the camera is pointed at them. They are probably recording a game VOD at the same time. But you also need to record yourself playing the game, so you're sitting there playing the game. 6 hours and 1 hour of sleep. Something like that, yeah. Yeah. So I do what? 24 hours, and then I do 4 hours of sleep. And that's assuming that I didn't change any video games during that time. Because that counts as sleep, and I didn't piss. I run over there to the restroom and piss. Because think about this. Remember how I said that if it's 10 hours and 45 minutes and I go off and use rest time, that hour is destroyed. So when I'm pissing every 20 minutes, annoyingly, I'm potentially wasting time that I could get for sleep. Do you see how this becomes complex? It becomes very complex. That's why I said some sort of off stream, maybe like I have this part of my body covered. Like there's just a box there. And it's just a piss station. Or I just piss and the water goes out my window. There's a window here. And gets shot outside. I don't fucking know, man. I don't mean to get too vulgar here. But, you know, that would prevent that rest time from getting destroyed. Thank you, MMO Star. I was hoping somebody would say that shit. But I might. I mean, I think this might be good for me personally. And here's the MMO. The fact that nobody is doing this is actually a gold mine. It could be potentially a gold mine for me. The fact that nobody is doing this could potentially be a gold mine for me. And that's kind of like untapped real estate, right? It's like that's what you want to find. You want to find a market that's high in demand, people want to watch, but nobody's producing. And normally things like that have to do with things that are difficult to do. The more difficult something is to do, the harder, the less people are going to do it. Think about how live streaming became ultra saturated when they put live streaming devices on PlayStation 4s, PlayStation 5s, Xboxes, on the Switch, I think maybe. No, I don't think the Switch. But when they put, you're able to now broadcast off of your whatever. Not only that, but they also had video recording. So before you needed a capture card, you do all this stuff. Back in the day, it was really easy to get attention because nobody was doing it. In business, they call it a barrier to entry. So you want something with a high barrier to entry. Anytime you enter the business world, even for just a regular business to make money, you want a high barrier to entry. Something that's going to be incredibly a pain in the ass, difficult, hard, painful, boring. You name anything that's going to prevent people from wanting to do it. That creates a high barrier of entry. So, I mean, if nobody is, I mean, shit, nobody completed these in 12 years, really. So think of your favorite Resident Evil streamer. At some point, that guy probably got a world record in some sort of new Resident Evil game. Probably, right? Has that world record been broken since they probably quit that game to go do new games? New games. They're not really a Resident Evil streamer, maybe they're per se. Maybe they just, it's in their roster of games that they're known for. Maybe they do a bunch of other stuff, right? But since then, has that record been broken? Think of Resident Evil Remake 2. Who owns the, let's do a quick search here. Remake 2 world record speedrun. Speedrun.com probably is going to take me there. Too feck. So this guy, Mick McGalligan, 9 months ago. So he got the world record 9 months ago, by the way. Nobody's beaten in 9 months. Let's look for somebody that I recognize here. I don't know. Some of these people might be more recognizable to you guys. I don't really watch. Damn. I don't see anybody. Damn. Look, 52 minutes. I mean, that's 4 years ago. I don't see anybody here I recognize. Waifu? That's a streamer. I think that's a streamer. So, Waifu maybe got the world record for this, maybe? Here's the point. It's been 4 years since this person gave a fuck about this game, right? It's been 4 years since they gave a shit about it. Since then, there's been, like, numerous people that have beaten him since then. That's assuming he had world record, which doesn't really equate to him having a world record. Maybe this was his PB, his personal best. Maybe it was he only got third best or something like that. We're just illustrating a point here, right? So 9 months ago was when the world record was taken. So the main point I'm bringing up here is for a game like Remake 2, getting a world record, you can get it and then lose it within a few months. Hold on. Yeah, I've seen some videos of Waifu. That's why I know he does speedruns, because I've seen some videos pop up on my feed, my YouTube feed of RE4. He's one of the streamers, people, I don't know, when the game was, when YouTube algorithm was feeding me RE4 back in Remake 4. But so take this, 9 months ago, nobody's beaten his record since 9 months ago. Take a look at this. This guy. Let's just go with this guy. Longest video game marathon playing a rhythm game. Oh, that's gonna put me into a fucking aneurysm. 2015. So nobody, I mean, because look at how difficult this is. It's 138 hours. Plus it's using Guinness Book World Record things, which is a pain in the ass to do in the first place. And nobody's beaten it in years. Meaning that nobody's really attempting it. Meaning that the barrier to entry to this is very high. The demand, I'm going to assume, is very high. And the amount of people producing content. Do you guys see my... I've got vidIQ on here. You guys see this, right? This is for a YouTube video. I just listened to this song called Pull Shapes. And it basically shows, you know... It shows the metrics of this. And one of the metrics they have at vidIQ, let's just do this. Okay, take a look at this. So, the amount of... I haven't used vidIQ in ages, so I might get this wrong. So, the volume of pull shapes, people that search pull shapes pipettes, I guess there's not a lot of content on it. Or maybe there is, I can't remember. And the competition, because there's not a lot of content. Okay, this is not a lot of content. And maybe the volume is medium, we'll say, right? I'm just trying to illustrate a point here. So lots of... there's no competition. There's nobody making videos of this obscure band that only has 518 subscribers, I think. And the amount of searches, let's say, is very high. So what I'm trying to say here is, if I do some Guinness Book shit, maybe the amount of people that want to watch that is very high, and the amount of people willing to do it is very low. Think about me playing Fortnite. The amount of people that want to watch it is very high. But the amount of people doing it is astronomical. So there's a lot of people there, sure, but there's insane amounts of competition. So that's not good. What you want to do is nobody producing that content. So I'm just now coming up with this now. I mean, somebody said something about this, and it made me think maybe I thought of it myself. I don't know. But what maybe I want to do is just do a bunch of these. Because I want my 18,000 followers back. I worked hard for that 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I worked really hard for that, man. And those followers just disappeared, man. So I want my 18K back. Which is a pittance to everybody that was streaming 10 years ago. You look at any streamer that has kept streaming, they've got like 50,000 followers now. I can't compete with people from the past anymore. I just can't. I used to dominate them in the past. I can't anymore. I can't even come close. They still have, like, you know, they'll play whatever game and they'll have, like, you know, multiple hundred viewers, and they've got like 50K followers. I can't compete with them. So it's not about competing with other people. It's just about, I just want to get my 18K back, and I'd like to break my old personal record of concurrent viewers. Competing with yourself, right? Competing with yourself. Beating personal best of yourself. That's kind of what I hope to achieve this year, is just to get personal best for my streaming stuff. Anyway. So this guy played a fighting game. I wonder if Smash Bros counts as a fighting game. Because maybe I can do Smash Ultimate. The thing is, you know, if I do Smash Ultimate, there's going to be a point of contention. People are going to call it a party game. Guys, I've got a question for you. How many party games are out there on the planet? Party games. Is it just Smash Bros? Does it exist in its own hemisphere? Is there other games out there considered to be party games? Mario Party? Is that really a party game, though? That shit's cutthroat brutal. But it's got party in it, so people might mistake it for being a party game. Jackbox games count. There's going to be some, but like, part of me wonders if Smash Bros, here's my point. Because Smash Bros. Was just unfairly categorized. It's a fucking fighting game. It's a fighting game. It was considered in the FGC. Thank you, Wesker. By the way, I was joking around about you earlier about the 26th or something like that. You didn't say anything, but if you took it seriously, my bad, yeah. Joking. Anyway. So, anyway, I might be able to maybe do Smash Ultimate. I didn't say anything. I said you were a very cool guy, and it's nice to see that you revived, actually. You were reborn. I thought normally you would have had a little bit of a laugh with the joke I made, but like he didn't say anything, so I'm like, he either laughed or he got offended. But I'm like, oh shit, okay, he's still here, so maybe he got offended. Okay, maybe he didn't hear. That's the third one. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm always joking with you though. If you can't take shots while playing it, then that's not a party game. If you can't take shots, oh, shots of booze, huh? Keep talking, no one explodes. That bomb defusal one. Anyway, this code is getting a little hot in here. Here, let me put it down on the ground here. If the dog wants to sleep on it. I need another dog thing. My thing broke. They're little dog mattresses. Nothing. Basically, somebody earlier, we were looking at a record here. I'll bring it back up. This guy here. I think it was this guy here. 69. I think it was this guy. You did comment on him. Yeah. So this record took place between 23rd of June to the 26th of June. I'm like, I know some like guy. I can't remember what my exact wording was. Some guy that was born on the 26th. He's kind of a dummy, right? I can't remember what I said. It wasn't anything serious either. I just don't remember. It was so stupid that it wasn't really even a really good joke if you ask me. Anyway, let's close this speedrun tab, huh? So I think maybe what I can do is systematically go through this for the entire year and just start cranking these out and just destroying them. Bro, what is up with that Marvin? Bro, that is not Marvin. That is not Marvin. Dude, he looks like he's... That is not Marvin. Gary Daniel. I remember I killed that guy in Outbreak, by the way, Wesker. He never liked me again after that day. He was going through the game with one of his friends. And we were playing End of the Road. End of the Road. And his friends, he was playing with a friend of his, and I joined his lobby. And they were like running into attacks on purpose and doing stupid stuff on purpose, wasting ammo on walls and just goofing off in general. And then we got to the end of the Road, and one of them, I guess, I'm going to assume, I'll be nice, I'm going to assume they purposefully missed the jump at the end of the Road game. And then I took my first aid spray, and I sprayed Daniel, that guy, the guy whose channel you're following, Gary Daniel. And I killed him. I player killed him. I trust killed him. TK'd him, whatever you call it. And in the Discord server for Outbreak game, he kind of lolled. He's like, lol, that was funny. He didn't know how to react is what I think. And then when it ended, he just started talking nonstop shit about me, nonstop. He's like, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. I was like, whoa. We were over here joking around, getting hit and like blowing up ourselves on explosions and just like running into mines on purpose and wasting all our ammo on stupid stuff and shooting zombies with rocket launchers. And then at the very end, I first aid spray killed him. We were almost done with the game anyway. And then he got so fucking pissed off at that. Anyway, that's for a different time. You can tell him about that. I don't give a shit if he gets angry. It was the only time I've ever seen him in my life. When was that? That was like 4 years ago. Ask him, here at Wesker, ask him if he's heard about me, and ask him what my opinion is without telling him any context of why without telling him any context of why you're saying it, and just see what his opinion is 4 years later. See what his opinion is 4 years later. That's it. And then maybe you can like joke around about it. I don't give a fuck. Anywho. Yeah, you can kind of set up like, yeah, you know, Oddler did a 72-hour marathon successfully or something. Bring up the name casually. And then ask him if, have you heard about that guy? And then see what his opinion is. He's gonna be like, that guy fucking cheats on his marathons. And he's like, probably got a 3-inch penis and he's ugly and brown. And I hate facial hair. Watch. Maybe. That's what I'm saying. Maybe if he doesn't care 4 years later, that'd be impressive. But I think, my opinion, I think 4 years later, he's still going to be viscerally pissed and hate me. That's the experiment, to see if 4 years later, if me first dates rating him off of a cliff. It's hilarious how you can kill people like that. Especially if you turn on like George's pill launcher and then you put friendly fire on and they miss the jump and you pill them. Oh. I played Outbreak so long that I no longer could have fun playing the game normally. I had to like do danger games, I had to do like challenge runs, I had to do restriction runs, and I had to kill my own fellow teammates. If you think about some games, by the way, think about maybe even people, think of royalty from like 1,000 years ago. The amount of maybe like fucked up, inhumane shit they did back then because they just had the entire world at their fingertips. That also causes people to do crazy stuff in real life too. When you can't get off on like money and food and drugs, that you have to like do sinister stuff. Think about all the celebrities at Epstein Island. When you've got the world in your fingertips, it's gonna be harder and harder for you to enjoy your day-to-day life. So, yeah. I don't know why I said that anymore. By the way, did they release that Epstein Island list? By the way, all those celebrities that are going to be on the list, by the way, they're all going to be like, I don't know who Epstein is. Prove it to me. Prove it to me that that was me on that list. Okay, bring up Epstein here. Oh, wait, he's fucking dead. Oh, you can't get any proof. That wasn't me. It wasn't me. Just watch. But no one was a surprise. Is there a list? Can you show me? I mean, there was already a little bit of a list going on. Tom Hanks was said to be on that list, and we've been giving him shit for like the last 4 years. And that sucks, man, because it was Tom Hanks, bro. That guy was a legend. And now every time I look at a post on Instagram that pops up with Tom Hanks' face where he's giving an inspirational quote, in the comment section, it's always Epstein Island, Epstein Island. So the public opinion, if you look at the comment section, you know, you can tell a lot about what the public opinion is by what they talk about. So mostly Epstein Island, something about a pizza where he like took a picture of a comatose guy next to a pizza or something. I don't know. People, there's like 5% of that, 95% of Epstein Island. No, nothing about his past accomplishments. But in my, I know this is off topic, but man, all those people on Epstein Island, I really hope their careers are ruined. I really hope their careers are ruined. I really hate Hollywood to begin with. I used to think that they were the moral authorities and we should aspire to be them. And I remember looking at gossip magazines and being like, if that person got divorced, what does that say about guys like me? What will happen to me? It's actually no. Celebrities get divorced at higher rates because of everything I just said earlier. It's harder to kind of get yourself off when you've got the world in your fingertips, right? The world in the palm of your hand, I think is the right analogy. They just need constant stimulation. A partner doesn't work for them. They just can't do it. It's like, oh no, these people aren't people on a pedestal. They're actually the idiots of society. Oh, gotcha. 1,000 years ago, the kings and queens used to have court jesters with their little hats and like the juggling balls. In today's society, we've got people that appear in movies that are the court jesters. Those are the idiots of society. Different topic, but let's go back to gaming marathons here. Lots of money doesn't bring happiness. Sure. But I mean, the counter argument is also being broke also doesn't bring happiness either. So you might as well, I mean, the argument you hear people say all the time is I'd rather be crying in a Lamborghini than crying in a Honda Civic or something like that. I can't remember. Rather be crying in a Lamborghini than crying on the bus station. Something like that. I don't see money as a bad thing. You know when they say money is the root of all evil? It's actually not true. Human beings are the root of all evil. Money just exposes what kind of person you are. When you've got money, it just exposes if you're going to be a piece of shit with it or not. It just kind of shows you who you really are. It's not actually the root of all evil. Money's actually a good thing. Honda Civics aren't bad cars, I know. Honda Civics, they're kind of they're good mileage and stuff like that, but that's why I kind of changed it to bus station. No, we can agree on that, Cheese. Well, I wouldn't say it's not necessarily a problem. It's just not sustainable. Because at some point you'll have enough money and you'll just kind of like, think about this. Think about when you... All right, so I remember hearing... I forgot who said this. It's a quote. I forgot who said this. Oh, it was Bill Murray. Bill Murray, who was possibly on Epstein Island. Bill Murray said this. Like, forget about... if your dream is to one day become rich and famous, forget about the famous part and just worry about getting rich, and then tell me if you still want the fame after that. So a lot of times just having your Maslow's hierarchy of needs fulfilled, you've got a nice place, you've got, you know, high quality food at your table, you have enough money to go on vacations, you can quit working if you want to quit working, where you've got enough money to kind of enjoy life. Being famous may not actually matter to you that much, or making more money. It's really hard to make more money when you realize that more money doesn't do anything. There was this this interview with Dan Bilzerian, and you can think whatever you want about the guy. That's a separate point of contention, but he said it. There's this really good interview where he's like, at some point, money stops making you happy. It's a really good interview, by the way. It's a really good point he makes. Like, at some point, you can't buy happiness anymore. I think that's what he said. At some point, you can't buy happiness. You can't buy it. So think about right now, guys, if you were to get a PlayStation 6. No, I mean, not a PlayStation 6, a PlayStation 5. If you don't have one, I don't have one. So if you gave me a PlayStation 5 Pro, I'd be really happy. But for how long? I was really happy when I got my PlayStation 4. I don't care about it now. In fact, I don't like it. I kind of wish it was a PlayStation 4 Pro. I'm maybe even dissatisfied with it. Go figure. A 4090 Ti. Don't get my legs weak there, Optimus. My legs are shaking, bro. I've got a... If I can get a new PC, I'd be happy for at least a week. At least a week, guys. To be fair, I'm still happy about this... What am I doing there? This thing. This new arm. I think it's great. I love it. I love it. It's nice. By the way, that coffee perked me up. Hallelujah. It's very happy now, too. Let's hope my microphone doesn't explode. Ah, shock burn damage. Anywho. So maybe I might actually just do these longest video game marathon playing a Monster Hunter game. You know how sick this would be? Because I've always wanted to play Monster Hunter, but me just playing Monster Hunter won't be good enough. Will be 16 years. So what's the time? This isn't reclaimed. I mean, here's the thing with gaming, guys. Guinness Book gaming category made itself a joke, and I watched a video essay on YouTube about it. How there's just mundane things to accomplish just for the sake of having a world record. I want to show this. I probably shouldn't. I think this is the... Okay, first of all, I fucking love Paramore. We're not going to show this video because I don't feel like getting any weird copy shit. We'll show quotes here. So, official world record. By the way, what happens in this video is they go off and they start doing world record stuff. And they want to accomplish the most amount of records. Here it goes. Let me. Very beginning of this video, probably. Okay, on December 2nd, Paramore set out to break the most world records in a music video. So they're breaking world records inside of a world record, which is actually what I'm going to be doing at Guinness. So the world records here are so stupid. They're so stupid. By the way, this music video is so fucking... Or everything about this song is great. Click. I've never noticed that watch before. Okay, fastest time to smash 30 clocks with the guitars. This is a world record. Paramore drummer. Yeah, this is back in those days. It was like the emo days. Was it emo? 2008, you know. It was the emo days. Luckily, I missed that shit. They look normal these days because it's not really trendy to look like you're in 2008 anymore. But fastest time to smash 3. So this is basically how Guinness Book operates now. It's like these the video essay that I said that I watched. There's so many stupid categories of gaming. So smash 30 clocks. Fastest time to smash 30 clocks with guitars. So dumb. So dumb. So pointless. Most feathers caught in 30 seconds. And over here they're like catching feathers. They're catching feathers, right? Most records smashed here. Most vinyl records smashed. I saw that a second ago. Most vinyl records broken in 1 minute. So if you look at the gaming category here, longest video game marathon playing a Monster Hunter game. Like, why couldn't it just be longest video game marathon period, right? No. As if there's really much difference between me playing Monster Hunter versus me playing Grand Theft Auto. But guess what? There is a longest video game marathon playing a Grand Theft Auto game. And this actually might be good for me. Because maybe I thought about this a few years ago. I forgot that I thought about it. But maybe I'll just go through and just start smashing all these records. Just systematically destroying the records. You can't keep a record forever, so it's pointless giving a crap if somebody beats your record 1 month later. Who cares? You know, you got the record. Longest game playing a karaoke game. That might be difficult because you have to sing, right? But the rest of these, longest video game marathon drumming. I mean, it wasn't good enough that the longest video game marathon was playing a rock band game. The longest video game marathon drumming. I can only imagine this guy after the marathon looks 50 or 30 pounds younger, or 30 pounds smaller after drumming for 27 hours and 45 minutes. That's going to be a workout. I'm over here trying to work out 30 minutes a day. This guy worked out for 27 hours straight. Hold on. There's a lot of Monster Hunter. Paramore drummer. Hold on. Let's see what I missed. Back chat here. Monster Hunter multiplayer co-op. Apparently world can be done solo. World can be done solo. Really? I mean, I think I was doing a pretty decent job playing solo on Try a long time ago. But I think Monster Hunter World, maybe I'll do that. And I think this will be more compelling content to watch personally. If I'm going to get my 18,000 followers back, which I want, gonna have to create some better content. And I think maybe this might be a fun thing to do. It was always on my mind to do anyway, and one of my life goals was to break one Guinness Book World Record, even though Guinness Book World Records is a complete joke. I was talking about it in my Discord. And there's a bunch of red tape for Guinness Book World Records that is not conducive to a good live stream to entertain you guys. Like, think of the 72-hour marathon I did last time, right? The Resident Evil marathon I completed. Yay, by the way. Remember that marathon? Remember how it was viewer interaction and it was, like, really fun? Lots of different games. There was a lot of fun stuff going on. Guinness, it's not like that. It's like, if I were to do a Resident Evil marathon now, what's the Resident Evil marathon with the most amount of replay value? God, I don't know. RE6? I'm trying to think. It can't be a multiplayer game, so you can't play versus for that long. But think about a Zelda marathon. Tears of the Kingdom. I have 300 hours locked in that game, and I haven't even gotten close to completion. I might need 500 hours to beat that game. Maybe 400, if I really just kind of look up guide after guide after guide after guide after guide after guide, and just go straight for the objectives and not wander around. Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, it never happened. I appreciate you, though, Mystic. I appreciate the living shit out of you. I'll give you a high five across time and space. Anybody else that did anything like that, you get a high five from across time and space. We had one multiplayer game played. That was Operation Raccoon City, and we had who joined? Morgan Le Fay. Morgan, I call it Morgan. Morgan, that's a Revelations boss. Morgan Lansdale. Morgan, I had one guy pop in for 6 seconds. It was the best 6 seconds of my life. I'm not gonna say who. Who else was in that game? Was it just Morgan? RCPD. RCPD for what? For like RE2? Oh, yeah. Part of me was thinking about the RCPD level in whatchamacallit, the Versus game, which is a fantastic game. I think it's great. Fun game. There's some obvious some things they need to fix about that game. Some perks that shouldn't exist either. That imbalance the game super heavily. Ada needed to be fixed, but that's, I guess, a topic for a different day. Ada's bolts did not need to have infinite flight time. It need bullet drop. And as it's dropping, it should do less damage. You could just find a nice place where everybody's sitting at the end of a map with Ada and just go to town sniping them all. So dumb. So longest video game marathon playing a Japanese style role-playing game. Play Final Fantasy VII on that easily. That'd be an interesting playthrough for me. And that might even qualify for the longest Final Fantasy marathon. So this guy did it for 40 hours straight. What did he play? Anything good? Final Fantasy X and X-2? So he played 2 games? I could do like FF7. Let me check Final Fantasy. Most songs, Final Fantasy Marathon, because there's going to be a lot of Final Fantasies. So this guy did longest video game marathon playing Final Fantasy games. Okay, so he did 40 hours of that. Was that what his marathon was a second ago? Most songs in a Final Fantasy video game. So they got these ones that are not marathon based. It's, you know, game developer based. The game devs can win something if they put a lot of songs in a Final Fantasy video game. Kind of a weird thing, in my opinion. Worst rated Final Fantasy video game. I wonder. Let's take a look at this. I'm just curious. $50.27. What game is that? Final Fantasy XIV Online. I guess when the game initially released. Final Fantasy All the Bravest. Some iPhone game. Of course it's going to score like crap. I want to get back to the place I was at. Hundreds of hours long to 100%. Hundreds, yeah. Fun, right? Because I've got that much time, bro. I have that much time for Zelda. Because Zelda... I don't think I'm going to hardcore grind Dark Arisen the way I grinded Zelda. And with Zelda, I played for 12 hours straight whenever I had free time. No problem. And I'd go to bed. No problem on those days. Just no problem. Just non-stop hoard that game out. Those are the games I want to play. By the way, I installed that Dark Arisen mod for having infinite run stamina. And also infinite weight. And that's going to make the game a whole lot better. If I can find a way to turn off the dialogue completely. Just completely shut off talking to your pawns. That would be nice. What else in that game needs to... I think if there's a way to modify the darkness of the game. So the darkest point of the game is going to be like 1.5 shades brighter. So I can at least see where the cliffs are at so I don't fall off a cliff while running. Because, you know, you only get to see 20 feet ahead of you. And then for the next, like, 1,000 feet in front of you, it's just pitch blackness. I'm like, nah, that shouldn't be a thing. I think you've told me to do that before. Somebody told me to do that before yesterday. I'm like, why would I want to do that? Most viewed Final Fantasy Let's Play video with Elijah Wood. What the heck? Let's take a quick look at this. We're still in the Final Fantasy section, I guess. This is so dumb. Elijah Wood. The most viewed Let's Play video. Stars late night host Conan O'Brien. Oh, and Elijah Wood going hands. Yeah, this is when Conan O'Brien was doing game reviews. He was like a legend, man. I mean, he still is, don't get me wrong. But like he would do games. And I remember like his Resident Evil 6 review. I still remember like one of the jokes he was making. He's like, because of the stupid things in RE6, you got these like really robotic thumbs up signs you would do your partner, and he would just like making fun of that. And I remember that. I wonder if he still does that. I wonder what his viewership is like in these days as content has shifted towards like TikTok dancing. Most in-game appearances by a Final Fantasy hero. Conan suddenly stopped being funny. Maybe. All right, let's go back to. I think I was on page 2. So, survival horror game. I mean, if I did my 72-hour Resident Evil marathon, the Resident Evil marathon that I want to do, I could knock this out. I could knock longest video game survival horror game, or sorry, survival horror game franchise, and then longest survival horror. I just have to make that every Resident Evil game that I'm playing is survival horror. That's the thing. So I can still knock this marathon out. While also doing longest video game marathon period. Who has the longest video game marathon period? Because we saw that one guy that did 135 hours of Call of Duty. World's largest video game controller touches down in London. Okay, video game DDR set by PE teacher. This is going to be tough. We're talking about tough things to do. This one would actually be tough. You're constantly having to move. That could be tough. Just gonna get exhausted physically. A physical education teacher. I mean, isn't that nice and wholesome and stuff? Longest marathon live streaming. Who the fuck is this asshole? But look, he did it in the Guinness Book World Records office. You can't see the thumbnail here for whatever reason. You can see it here. Official attempt. So I guess he got a $10,000 Guinness Book World Record judge to come judge him for a few days. You have to be joking. The longest marathon live streaming is 45 hours and 45 minutes. Achieved by Mahmoud. The real mood. The real mood. I like that. In Dubai. During, this was a couple years back. I wonder whose demographic is. Anyways. The prime uninterrupted streaming channel was on YouTube. The streaming also happened on TikTok. Here's the issue. Twitch caps you at 48 hours. I don't think YouTube will cap you. I think you just keep going on YouTube. Correct? Because I see some of these like lo-fi hip-hop channels that play music on YouTube, and it's just like, stream was started 31 days ago or something like that. Twitch stops your stream at 48 hours. But I don't see that being a huge problem. I mean, if Twitch is going to stop you... If you stop the stream for 3 seconds, maybe Guinness can look the other way. Because it is Twitch, it's, you know, a very large live stream platform. Maybe they can look the other way. If you start your stream 30 seconds. Should only take 2 seconds to restart your stream though. Longest video game marathon playing a Halo game. Okay, this guy. No, he did the 90 hours. Who did the 135? It was Call of Duty dude. Playing a strategy game. I'm sure there's going to be some weird category. Broke the most world records during one live stream. Or broke the most... So, like, think about this one. Marathon playing a strategy game. Let's say I do 50 hours of Resident Evil, and then I switch to a strategy game, and then beat this, and then also beat longest gaming marathon, and then also beat longest live streaming session. You can rack up a bunch of wins like that, right? So you can do that with Guinness. Here's the issue I have with Guinness, is that I just don't think it's as interesting as the marathons I do. For you guys to watch, for getting a world record, you got to do it in a certain fashion. You've got to, like, a certain rule set that you've got to employ, and that rule set isn't necessarily conducive to, let's say, you having fun watching, or maybe me having fun playing. If I have to play, like, Resident Evil 1 all day long for 130 hours to beat the record of longest Resident Evil game, you know, that's not going to be fun for you. It's not going to be fun for me, right? See my point? Guinness has its own rule set. It's just for Guinness. So I tweeted yesterday. I tweeted this yesterday. Can't see that very well, but I'll read this here. Also, I kind of put this GIF here because I realize these Guinness Book World Records thing are probably going to make me fat. Just sitting down here all day. I'm going to do the Guinness Book World Record run off the record. So not, what I said is basically I'm not going to do this using Guinness Book World Record standards, correct? So I'm just going to do it. Forget doing it officially, needing tons of adjudicators. I'm just going to do it to do it. I won't be getting an official record, but who cares? I'm going to get fat doing this, though. Yeah, sitting there all day long eating food. I gained weight during the 72-hour marathon. I was just eating oatmeal, but... And then I put it here. Honestly, fuck Guinness rules. My rules are better. I was just ruminating this at night yesterday while I was trying to... and failing to sleep. So I'm like, I'll use Guinness rules except for needing insane amounts of proof. So just use their 10 minutes every hour thing. Would be something that I could do. I can use... Oh yeah, Guinness Book won't let you use emulators. So using an emulator is outlawed. You can't do it. You have to use the actual console using the latest update for their game. Why? Why do I have to use the latest update? Why can't I use the day one release of a disc game before it got DLC patched, right? Or patched with balance patches. Why can't I use day one? They won't let you. You have to use the latest online firmware. There's probably some sort of reason for it. Maybe to make sure you're not using cheating software somehow. I don't know. There's probably some sort of reasoning for it. So I can't use emulators. I have to use day one, or I can't use day one software. I need to use the updated thing. I can change games without huge penalties. Oh yeah, so if I change games, that's going to be a penalty. I said it earlier of why that's going to be problematic whenever I change game. If I do Resident Evil 2 and I beat it in 3 hours or something, that time, that 1 minute I spend changing games will destroy any equity I built up for the hour that I'm working on for that 10-minute break. So if I'm at, let's say, 58 minutes and I have to switch games, those 58 minutes, which would have gave me a 10-minute break at the 60-minute mark, those 58 minutes get destroyed. They just vaporize. So switching games is actually a problem. It's actually a problem. So I'm like, the rule set that they have here is not a rule set that is conducive to us having fun, me having fun, you having fun. Yeah, emulators make sense. I understand emulators. But it's funny because they started allowing mods to be used. Like, think of the old Dark Souls 1 speedrun route where you had to get the Black Knight Halberd to drop based off of RNG, and it was like a 20% drop rate off of Black Knights. Yeah, so they allowed the RNG to be manipulated in a way where you can go into your game files, I think, and make the RNG be 100% on that night, so you can always just have your run. You know, you didn't have to rely on certain RNG to just start a run. Yeah, that was one strat, Cool Flux, as I was thinking of, was just have consoles, different consoles ready, and have somebody have the game just be ready to be played. But if I did that, I would have to ask Guinness. I'd be like, what if I have a console ready to be played on one? Like, the gameplay is already there. It's no title screens, no cutscenes. It's at frame 1 of the gameplay. And as soon as I get done beating this game, I switch controllers. And that 3 seconds I'm switching controllers, is that penalized? That's a rule I have to ask. Is that penalized? Because what they do when you're playing a game, you've got your controller here. If you don't do a button input, in like 20 seconds, the marathon ends. If you don't do a button input in like 20 seconds, the marathon ends or something like that. If you're allowed to do a button input, let's put it that way. This is going to be intensely difficult to kind of wager, to weigh though. Think about this. Think if you're playing a shooting game. Think if you're playing Metal Gear Solid 2. And you go into a locker, and there's a guard. There's a security guard coming. You go into a locker, and he just won't fuck off for 31 seconds, or something like that. If you touch anything on your control, you alert the guards to come attack you. Because you make a bang sound in the locker room, just touching one button. In that case, with that, going into a locker, would that actually get you disqualified? There's a bunch of questions and red tape that honestly is just stupid. But, you know, when you're doing Guinness, it's not about entertaining yourself or entertaining your viewers. It's about just getting a record and following their dumb rule set. So do you see my problem with Guinness here? So yeah, so I can change games without huge penalties here. And I'll be relying partially on the honor system, that I'm not cheating, so this rule set won't be a standard in marathon game. Basically, the way that I would be doing a marathon that I set last night is you couldn't use this universally. You couldn't use it as a universal metric for how to do marathons, because eventually somebody's going to cheat it. There's just too many opportunities to cheat. Like for me, if I were to do this, you guys that were watching would have to be reliant that I would adhere to an honor system. Kind of like how you do now. You just assume that I'm not cheating during these marathons, period, right? Which I'm not. So, but the main purpose of this is just for fun. Just to have fun, make some fun content, have everybody enjoy themselves. Yeah. So that won't be a possibility. So if I'm going to do one of these marathons, look, I kind of want your opinions here. Should I do like a regular marathon you normally see me do, with less red tape that's conducive to more fun? If I spend 3 minutes changing a game, guys, I've got to load this game up, I've got to turn the system on, I've got to wait for the credits, I've got to like adjust the camera angles of my my OBS thing here, figure out how I want to do things, right? Like 3 minutes passes by and no gaming has taken place. Should I fail that marathon? For me, I'm like, no. I've got to do all this other stuff so I can entertain the viewers, right? Yeah, he was. I recall. I recall. He's the one that invented it. I'm very, very, very well aware. I remember coming into his channel back when he had 20 viewers. That run alone made him retire? What does that even mean? But I remember him playing Binding of Isaac, and that game was like all the rage on the internet. People were talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. And then his channel specialized in the Binding of Isaac while also doing a marathon challenge. And I think those two things is what set his channel on fire. Financially retire. So you're saying, what you're basically saying was that that year was the pivotal moment where it caused a tipping point. Okay, I got you. For a long time streaming, I'm about to fucking blow that dude's pants away. I love conquering. I love winning contests with people, you know? I love winning contests. It's funny, you know what's interesting? Competition is a very kind of masculine idea of beating other people for like the spot at #1. I remember talking, if you tell this to girls, they think it's mentally unhealthy. I remember talking to this one girl at dinner. Me and my friend were at dinner, and I'm like, it's not fun unless somebody loses. And she was looking at me horrified, like, what? And literally, it's actually true. None of you probably thought about this before. It's actually not fun unless you have a loser. If everybody wins, it's not fun. Think if you were to watch a basketball game, and at the end of the game, both teams win. What the fuck? Nobody would watch that. Nobody would watch that. So technically, you need a loser for it to have fun. You need a winner, and you need a loser. But I remember telling this girl, oh man, yeah, she said you need therapy. That's what she told me. You need therapy. She's like, you need therapy. And I looked at her, and that's when I really realized, I mean, I had heard things like that in my life before, but that's when it really solidified that, oh, girls don't give a shit too much about that. The way girls like playing is they like to all have fun together. It's a together moment for them, right? They like to play hopscotch. Like back in the playground, right? They play hopscotch. They would play house. There's no losers or winners in house. And guys would play predominantly. I mean, you might have some guys playing house and you might have some girls playing basketball or whatever. But generally speaking, you would see girls gravitate towards like hopscotch, and you would see guys gravitate towards games where people lose and win. And girls just like having fun with each other and bonding and joking around and talking, right? Which is cool. I don't got a problem with that. Competition is a collaborative effort. It is. It actually is. Because in order to have a good competition, you can't just go, you know what? I'm just going to take this AK-47 to the competition, kill everybody, and I'll be the winner. You kind of have to adhere by a rule set and go, okay, I'm not going to dribble this ball out of bounds, and you're not going to do it either. And if we do, we get held accountable for our actions. So there is a coming together of a rule set that's happening that makes it a collaborative effort. With the least amount of advantages. What do you mean by that? I'm not sure what you mean. It's not just about winner, but winning with the least amount of advantages. That's not really a competition, though, is it? If one person has a privileged position. Like, think about if me and you were going to shoot baskets, and the first to 100 hoops wins, and I start off at 99 and you start off at 0. That wouldn't really be a... I mean, maybe. Maybe you can consider that a competition. But it's like, it's really weak on one person's side. And maybe really like showboaty and strong on the other person's side. Like he's really fucking good at the game. You know, I mean, he's handicapping himself. Could be. Have you ever watched like Smash Bros. And you'll have like one pro player play 3 noobs, and the 3 noobs don't have friendly fire on, and they can just try to gang up on that one pro player, and the pro player just like mops the floor with all 3 of them? I guess, you know? You could kind of do stuff like that. There was this one thing in Smash Bros. Called the Bowser Challenge, and it was just that. You had to use your character against 3 fucking Bowsers. 3 people using Bowser. And it's just a shit show. It's like this almost unwinnable event. It's hilarious. Because like you'll have one Bowser just shooting flames, creating this pillar of flame, and the other Bowser is just going in doing like the wrecking ball thing. It's just... But you know, it used to be a challenge back like, you know, 15 years ago, before like streaming and stuff was a thing. It was a local tournament thing people would do called the Bowser Challenge a long time ago. Really old thing. CSGO, 1 pro versus a team of normal people. Yeah, exactly. So that's still a competition, isn't it? There's advantages there. So I guess it can work. Anyway. That's an interesting topic. Anyway. Let me put this down here. So, where did we leave off here? we're talking about the rule sets here. The rule sets for Guinness is just different. So I kind of need your opinions for anybody listening that may be tabbed out as well. Should I use the OddlerPro rule sets that I normally use for marathons and just have a fun time without having to have all that red tape, having to worry about? The main issue with the Guinness is the having people to judge you. I need 2 people at any given moment. They both can only do 4-hour shifts at a time, and then you need to replace it with another 2 people. And so you need at least 6 people that are dedicated to you gaming for however long you're going to be gaming for. You need 6 people minimum that are 100% going to attend, and they're not going to flake on you. See how much of a pain this one rule is a pain. Guinness takes the fun out of it. It does. They take the money out of it too, because then I would have to hire people. And I don't see any viewers stepping up for that, by the way. There's no viewers like, I'll do that for a week straight. Don't worry, I'm not going to hold you to that. You'd have to hire somebody. Tummy rub. You like tummy rubs? Dog's like, fuck yeah, I like tummy rubs. So I've got my way of doing these marathons, and like I said, just do them using a similar rule set to Guinness, but not having a lot of the red tape. Mostly just the viewer thing. I need viewers to watch me. Even if I were to use the rules where I have to, where if I switch games I lose time. Even if I were to do that, let's just add that and not modify that where I don't lose time, as long as I switch it within 5 minutes. Regular marathon is a better deal. All right, here's the pros and cons. Here's more pros and cons. So a regular marathon would allow me to have more fun and you to have more fun. But I think a regular marathon versus me saying it's a Guinness Book World Record marathon will, I think, pull in less viewers. And it'll be less hype. So I think if I follow Guinness Book records, everybody knows the brand called Guinness. I mean, not the alcoholic beverage, but the brand called Guinness Book, right? So everybody knows that brand. So when they see it in the title, they're more likely to want to come in. Guinness Book World Record run. Okay. 72-hour Resident Evil marathon. It could be a bit confusing to people. Remember how I said a week ago, how everything has to be extremely easy to understand? Like, if a 6-year-old can't understand what you're saying, you're not making it simple enough. And don't underestimate how many people out there. That one guy, that kiosk, I think you gifted him a sub. He didn't even follow the channel. He got a free sub gifted to him by you. He didn't understand what a 365-day challenge was. You know, I think I have to do the Guinness. I just think I could do some test runs. Doing it my way. I could do a test run. Part of Twitch legacy? Trust me, no one cares. Trust me. Like, I'll get an influx of people that come here from my YouTube video I made where I discussed how Resident Sleeper worked. I'll get people that come in here straight out of YouTube. But generally speaking, a lot of people... Look, there's this one girl I know in real life. She was the first female model I ever shot. She was also a gamer. We did a gamer shoot. Back then. And I saw her again. I hadn't seen her in a couple years. And I met up with her again. I'm a photographer, obviously. I'm a photographer. So I met up with her again, like, last month. And I'm like, hey, it's been a while since, we did that shoot that time. She's like, oh my god, hi. And I remember I was going to tell her, hey, let's do a collab. You and me do a collab. She's really good looking, but she's also married, so don't have any... I can give you her... Here. I don't think I'm going to get... I want to be careful with Instagram. Because nip slips and shit are allowed here. This is an old her. Where was this? Do you guys recognize a wall that looks like this? Do you know a thing that looks like this? So she was the first model I ever shot. Female model. And the first model in general. That was the second model I ever shot. And by the way, she got wet after that. She got splashed by the water and we ended the shoot thereafter. That's my good friend. I'll have him on the stream as a co-host one day. But to continue my story here, I got lost in the sauce here. I asked her last month. I was going to tell her about Resident Sleeper as a legacy streamer. Legacy, right? And I'm like, you know what Kappa is, right? And she's like, no. She'll stream on Twitch and she's got like 0 viewers, maybe 0 to 3 viewers watching maximum while she plays Fortnite. So I'm like, you know Kappa, right? And she's like, no. So if she doesn't know what Kappa is, she definitely doesn't know what Resident Sleeper is. And I think there's a lot of people out there like that. A lot of people. I went to TwitchCon. I asked some of the Twitch staff there that I remember telling them I had met Kappa, and they're like, "What's that? Who is that?" I'm like, "You don't know who Kappa is?" And they're like, "No." Twitch staff, they don't even know. As far as like Resident Sleeper, trust me, nobody knows, nobody cares. Trust me. That's my official opinion. Nobody knows, nobody cares. Nobody's coming in here because of legacy anything. That's not even a good enough reason for people to want to come in here. I thought it was. But people go and there's more compelling reasons to view a stream for the average person rather than be like, you were that guy that streamed. I mean, the thing is, maybe somebody like, for you guys all have your particular reason why you still come here. And some of you guys I see every day, or at least once every few streams, I'll see some of you guys come in here and chat. Some of you are just huge lurkers. You guys have each of your reasons. I'm actually curious what those reasons are. Maybe I can replicate them at a bigger level and create more of that if it's something compelling. But think about booby streamers on Twitch. Think about what makes them a compelling thing to watch. Think of what makes them compelling for a lot of people to want to go in there and watch, right? That's easily replicatable if you're a booby streamer. Just make bigger, censor bars. Oh, it's implied nudity. And then you watch your viewer count skyrocket. Oh, okay, so the more you do that, the more your viewer count goes up, right? I don't think that's a thing with me or my Resident Sleeper status. I just don't think it's a thing. I was hella famous like 10 years ago. Hella famous? Maybe not hella famous, but I'm pretty sure all the top streamers knew who I was. If you ask XQC who I am, he's gonna be like, who the fuck? I don't know. I don't care. Brokey. He got $100 million for like streaming on Kick or something. He's like, I don't give a fuck about this guy. Brokey, some guy. And he has every right to it, by the way. In Twitch terms, pretty famous. Look at who came to show. This little dog here. Fifi. Go. This dog, who's a grouch and lazy as fuck, decided... Come here. Come here. It's her turn to sit on the lap. Good girl. She is so lazy and grouchy. Sorry, dog. This dog is so lazy and so grouchy. She actually came over here today, which is super rare. She hates this gaming area. Spastic. XQC's. When I first saw his channel, I was just aghast by the way he talked. I'm like, I can't even understand anything he says. What the fuck is this guy saying? But you know what's funny? That actually adds to his personality. That actually adds to his personality for why people liked watching him in the first place. Isn't that hilarious? Being normal is actually bad. Being weird is actually good. Hi. How are you? This dog wants some attention so hard right now. You okay? Meat Canyon. Exactly. That's the one. Somebody showed me a Meat Canyon. My friend showed me Meat Canyon. I talked about this the other day on stream. A friend showed me Meat Canyon. And I'm like, who is that? I don't think he even knew who XQC was. But I was reading the comment section, and one of the things... Oh, yeah, it was yesterday, actually, yeah. People were like, why don't you just get up and get some food? Because I'm like, I don't like leaving my chair. And I was reading one of the comments in that Meat Canyon animation of XQC, and one of the guys in the comment section said, you know what's amazing? They even captured the fact that he never leaves his chair. He just goes everywhere on his chair. I don't watch the guy, but I mean, weird quirks like that create a brand. Create a memorable brand for you. XQC perches on his chair like a goblin. Oh, he looks like a goblin too. To be fair, him and Ice Poseidon, they're like the Goblin Kings. I watched a clip of him eating a scoop of G Fuel. Yeah, doing crazy things gets you attention. Which, crazy, or like, let's say, you know, one of the metas of Twitch, or just live streaming in general, which is why one of the reasons live streams have such a bad name, is the fact that live streamers will do anything to get kind of attention. So, like I've said this guy before, but there was this one guy on Twitter I saw. With somebody you might know who he was, but he just walks around provoking people in real life, and then he walks around with a bodyguard that protects him from the people he provoked. And one the clip I watched of the guy, he was talking to some guy, some father, good father, walking his two kids, you know, at the park or something, and then this streamer, he insults the guy somehow, and then he dismisses them. He says, "Yeah, whatever, go and walk your kids," and then he just walks away, and then the dad furiously rage charges him, and then starts swinging punches, and the bodyguard stops him from getting any hit, getting any Jack Doherty. I don't know who his name is. I'll take your word for it. The blockhead looking guy. I don't know. I saw it once it popped up on my Twitter feed, and then I think it was Dexter Turo. I don't know how to pronounce their company name, but I think they posted something like that on their Twitter, and then. Yeah, so acting like a shithole basically gets you viewers. If you think of, I don't know, just acting like a degenerate gets you viewers. Think of Logan Paul. Oh, the Japanese forest, is that a dead person? I'm gonna post this anyway. Acting like a piece of shit gets you viewers. It's a good Twitch meta, but it's not really something I want to do. In fact, I'm gonna go out as far to say, it's not something most humans want to do. Most people don't want to act like a degenerate. Which is why, if most people were depraved enough to want to do that, remember with the thing we talked about earlier, the barrier to entry? Because most people don't want to act like a piece of shit, it leaves a huge market for people that are willing to act like pieces of shit. Man gonna get shot at one point? That'll be his best viral moment. Where's my Guinness book thing? I think I closed it, didn't I? So now, I think doing the Guinness book thing would actually be more beneficial for me. I think maybe more people would come. It's going to be less fun for everybody, unfortunately. But I still think, for whatever reason, people are going to... I think more people will actually come in here, believe it or not. So I could do a test run of this using a non-Guinness book. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do a test run. What should I do a test run of, though? Also, if I do like the largest Zelda marathon, or maybe the largest gaming marathon, plus largest Zelda marathon, I bundle those up for one Guinness book thing. Doing it for like Breath of the Wild or for like Tears of the Kingdom, you never have to change, man. You could just game the entire way and never have to stop. The game has enough content, and it has more than enough content where you're not necessarily scraping you're not necessarily scraping things to do. Like, there's plenty to do. Just wandering around, I have such a good time doing. Want to break the 365 challenge, though? No. I doubt it. I doubt it because I posted in the announcements how these work. Here, let's quickly go to announcements on the Discord, right? So here, for the 365-day livestream challenge, the way it officially works, if I host a stream and it bumps into the new day, even for 1 minute, it technically counts for streaming on for both days. Do I plan to utilize this? Nope. Although there has to be some boundary or parameter for how this challenge works, though. And that's how it'll work. I need to be live on that day, Pacific Standard Time, for just 1 minute. That's it. So, I mean, if I'm streaming for, like, let's say 100 hours straight, technically I'm streaming on those days. And, you know, I don't think 365-day challenges are as hype as they used to be. And I remember doing one back in, like, 2019 before I realized that the rules I was using did not make me want to stream every day. You okay, dog? The rules I was using didn't make me want to stream every day because I was like, I am strictly a Resident Evil streamer and I just don't want to play. That's when I realized just playing Resident Evil games, I had done a lot of that in, like, you know, 2013, 2014 and shit like that. I'm like, you know, I kind of don't want to do what I used to do back then. So this me trying to kind of be somebody that I used to be isn't really conducive to me having fun. Remember when I quit Slender the Arrival? I'm like, you know, I could keep playing this game even though I'm not having fun, but that's something that I would do in 2014, right? 2013. That's something I used to do back then where I would just go through a game even if I didn't have fun. And I remember playing a lot of bad games 10 years later. I'm like, you know, I remember that time in my life. I just played a lot of bad games. And I finished them all. I'm not doing that anymore. Like, if I'm not having fun, I'm not going to engage in a win-lose situation where maybe you guys wanted to watch a full playthrough. But if I don't, you know, it has to be where I'm enjoying myself to make it a sustainable process. Might like different games now and then. Exactly. This dog's licking my hand. I think she likes the salt. Let me just put it over here. So for Guinness, I think I need to look through those records a second ago. I need to look through those records a second ago. Just want some more space for my dog here. She's a big one. I should look through those records and see what things I could do. Obviously, playing a rhythm game and drumming Guitar Hero for 47 hours is going to be extremely painful because it's just not a game I like. But playing, let's say, Monster Hunter for breaking that record, I could probably enjoy myself the entire way through. And I think that's the sweet spot. Finding records that exist already, that you already think are good, and then just breaking them. Playing a Final Fantasy game for, you know, that one guy beat it for 50 hours. I could do an RPG. And you would break 2 records at once. One would be longest JRPG, and another one would be longest Final Fantasy game. You okay, Gigi? I think she wants to go out for a walk or something right now. I never see her come in here. I mean, I took her out right before streaming, though. Took her out to go. I was so low energy when I started the stream today. Coffee woke me up. I'm out, though. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I've made up my mind here. I'm going to do a whole bunch of those. to be fair, maybe even doing games that are absolutely like that one girl, that PE teacher did an ungodly amount of time playing Just Dance. And moving your body that hard, that's gotta be brutal. Seeing how long I last on that, it's not gonna be fun. But maybe a little bit of painful shit in there too. Or boring stuff, or tedious games, or physically exhausting games, maybe. But I can mix that in with some of the good stuff too, like playing you know, that one guy did a huge amount of Mario games. What did he had like 100 hours of playing a Mario marathon. I could do that. I could beat that guy. I could beat him. I could beat him. But maybe I'll do a test run of this using my well, I think I'll do that. Maybe after. What game should be? What franchise should I do a test run of this on using my rules that aren't super Guinness Book? Red tapey. Do a test run to see how easy or hard it is. Why do you keep shaking your head? Do you have an ear infection? I kind of wonder, is Just Dance one of those games where you'll just get like DMCA flagged on Twitch? Creating content around that will just get you flagged. Maybe you have to mute the music. Then that's going to be worse for the viewers. You see the problem there? Just Dance, no music. Just dancing. God. She keeps shaking her head. I think there's something wrong with her. Maybe she needs some ear medication. And you are fun as hell to pet, dog. She is getting old. She was born in 2015. You can kind of see she kind of doesn't move very fast. She can still run, but like you can just kind of see she chooses to move slower. The other dog is 1 year younger than this dog, but she just has insane amounts of energy. Yeah, she's sleeping on the coat that I put down there. You can kind of see her. I put my coat down because I need to get a new dog bed. But maybe I'll do a test run. Test run will be of what franchise? Resident Evil, Zelda, Mario. Something that has a huge amount of replayability. Usually different games, so. You know, Mario Marathon would be pretty cool. Alright, dog. Down. Good girl. Banjo and Kazooie and Tooie. Banjo and Tooie. Any ideas? I really need some ideas right now. It would be good to test out an endurance marathon. What should they even be called? The thing that I'm by default calling them are endurance marathons. Suicide attempts. They're not that bad, man. They allow you to sleep every 24 hours for 4 hours, to be fair. You can survive on 4 hours of sleep every 24 hours. It's not an issue. Because how long? You're up every day for like 16 or 18 hours? It's not that bad. You'll still be exerting yourself a little bit, but it's not that bad. And to be fair, the test marathon would be a nice test. 4 hours would bog you down after like a couple of days. To be fair, I don't know, man. But those water strats, I did a 72-hour marathon and I woke up completely fine just from drinking tons of water. So, I mean, maybe it's possible and we'll test it out when it happens. But for whatever reason, water just seems to give you more energy. You're super hydrated. That's the reason to drink a gallon of water today. So maybe like a marathon where it's like choose a game. The problem is I don't think those are that hype. Like if I were to just do a random game marathon and you just choose the day. Like I've done one of those before. Kinda. Let me show you a picture. So this old JTV photo of mine, you can read it, says 40-hour solo PlayStation 2 marathon. And I would just play random games. And to be fair, I mean, I had 100 viewers back then. This is 2010. They got rid of channel views. I had a lot of channel views on this damn channel. They got rid of them. But doing like random games or something, right, might be a bit not as hype as doing a franchise. So if I can figure out a thing, I can start planning a date for it. I just don't know what it should be. Dude, no, I know everybody loves Resident Evil, but like at the same time, no, something different. So Zelda, maybe I'll do it with Zelda. You know, I think I'll do it with Zelda. I'm really sleepy again all of a sudden. Jeez, man, destroyed. Souls games, that could be interesting, yeah. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? So Demon Souls, the problem is I don't have the PlayStation 5 Demon Souls, I only have a PS3. So, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, Bloodborne. I haven't played Sekiro yet, so I'm not going to play that. And to be fair, I mean, the Souls games are so easy to play. I can play those all day long. I don't get bored of them. Bloodborne on PC. Yeah. Souls game sounds pretty good. Maybe that. Defeat every boss, maybe. If you defeat every boss. Grab as many items, goof off. Like, I did a playthrough of Elden Ring the other day, like the other week. And I took one character from 0 hours, I think 80 hours to complete the game and grab all the items in the game. Kill all the bosses and all the items. It was like 85 hours or something. If I did that for every Souls game, that could be interesting. Maybe I'll do it with Souls. How about that? The only issue is Demon Souls. Do I have to play the old school Demon Souls? Don't underestimate the Nintendo community either. People don't just watch things if they're challenging, though. There's a huge love of the Mario franchise, and just Nintendo in general. Like, a challenge isn't the thing that excites some people to watch some streams. Sometimes it is. Kind of like it watching a world speedrunner try to complete a challenge of beating the world record. That's been proven as a thing people love. But Mario, people just love some damn Mario, man. Same with Zelda. Those have good fan bases. Alright, I'll do it with Souls, Dark Souls. Dark Souls 1. I'll try to grab all the items. I mean, there's a reason why Mario has been around for 40 years. You've got games that went on the went for sale. People looked at it and then people looked away from it, and then it just disappeared into the games that appeared in that year. You have games like that, and then you've got games like Mario where people just keeps getting them for 40 years. And I did a Mario marathon a very long time ago. Somebody posted some cringe shit on my channel. You was Suki. Some cringe. This was a milestone. God. Dance with your penis. With your penis. Dance with I was doing the Mario dance. That was from the Mario Marathon, by the way. I don't know where you got that song from, though. I'm saying it now. But that marathon did pretty damn well. Dancing with my penis. Oh, I've got a few of those. I just never published any of those emotes. Okay, let me go into my hard drive. Let me see if I can find some of those. I'm going to post on Discord. Here, already found one. Go on Discord chat room. You'll see the face. This was a... Oh, that was literally actually... I think that was a copy paste of what we just saw there. That's interesting. Somebody made that. I forgot who made that, by the way. Some viewer made it. I didn't make it. You can see it on Discord. Take a look at some more emotes. There's another one. There's the Mario Marathon somewhere. Honestly, those days were kind of cringe though, because I'd be willing to do a lot more cringe shit for viewer enjoyment that I'm not willing to do anymore. Yeah. Cringe is good, yeah, but if I'm going to appeal to viewers I don't want it to be, like we were talking about earlier, yeah, some people that'll do things for views, like, you know, insult someone's dad and their kids. You'll depraved shit like that, and then you've got depraved. You know, I saw this one thing on Twitter the other day. Let's pull it up. Still call it Twitter. I wonder if that's taboo at this point. Where's my profile? Yeah, this right here. Take a look here. So, this guy, he gets bubble shot on his face.
Doctor, nah,
every time he gets a sub.
That's a separate one. What happened there is I did a long blast for Docto, and as soon as the blast ended, I started to breathe in.
You got another
But
sub.
that's when another blast happened, and so I inhaled a couple of bubbles there.
He inhaled bubbles. I mean, what a champ, right? In my opinion, what a fucking tool.
I'm all heroized, as my mom would say.
So, this is something I really believed in 2014 before I disappeared from Twitch. And I'm like, you know, this website's becoming kind of a clown show. It's becoming this clown show. And I disappeared for 5 years and I didn't see what Twitch was. I didn't see what Twitch was for 5 years, and I come back and it's full-blown clown show. And I'm like, wow, my prediction was true. That's debatable, Bun. I don't know, man. This level of shit, it became far more prevalent as Twitch went on. And you know how I relate this to? I relate it to like this. That's your job. Your job is to be this fucking guy. Your job is like like you're not allowed to have any self-respect. Like doing that for like $2.50. He was getting blasted in the face for $2.50. You know, you think of like OnlyFans girls, and it's like, really? You're going to show your butthole for $3.99? Really? That's what showing you. Like, I wonder if I could walk up to this girl on OnlyFans. Let's say if there's a girl in front of me and I know she's OnlyFans. I'm like, can I see your butthole for $3.99? Yeah. Like, do you expect that in real life? No. People wouldn't do that in real life. Not even in real life. Let's even go as far to say you go up to a random girl and you're like, hey. She's just on the street walking, minding her own business. Hey, can I see your butthole for $3.99? I'll subscribe to your channel. How absurd that would be. But then OnlyFans, it's created a court jester society where you'll sell yourself for insanely tiny amounts of money. That guy that had bubbles being blown in his face, he was getting $2.50 to inhale bubbles. He had to inhale bubbles for $2.50. I mean, that's the part of modern day Twitch I don't like. In fact, it started to slowly emerge in like late 2013, I felt like. Especially with the advent of Twitch alerts, where people could pay money and have your stream get disrupted by that they subbed. And I thought that was atrocious back then. I have it on my channel now. It's just too meta. To be fair, it probably doesn't even do anything. It probably doesn't even do anything anymore because it's just everybody does it. Remember that barrier to entry thing I was talking about earlier? Barrier to entry, how awesome it... Look, back in the day, people would follow my channel a long time ago, and I would shout their name out and nobody else was doing it. Probably the first person, man, on Justin TV to be doing that. In fact, I'm going to pull up a stream vid here, if I can find it fast enough, where I was shouting out somebody's name. And back in the day, I would shout somebody's name that would follow it, and it would cause a follow train to happen. You'd shout the guy out, and then 3 more people would follow in rapid succession. And then I wouldn't get a follow for like 30 minutes or something like that. And I would that guy would get shout out, and people that hadn't followed were like, oh, I get, you know, attention if I follow. That worked back then. I don't see that happen anymore. I'm gonna try to find that video. Video. Let me actually... Yeah, here it is. I think this is it. I did it quickly on Google. All right, we're about to watch some Twitch here. Old school highlight from... I can't remember. This might have been my first Resident Evil marathon. I think it was my first Resident Evil marathon. Let's take a quick look. So back in the day, it's called as Oddler Came Back from Fapping Met Goat Fucker. That's the title of the thing. So I was taking a piss break or something. People said I was fapping. I mean, bro, whoever clipped this 12 years ago. Really? 17 seconds of dead weight? Wow.
Oh, hi there. I'm not eating. I was fapping. Just kidding. Putting on some socks here.
I have this weird bald spot on the side of my head, by the way. It's been there since I was like 25. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. It's not a bald spot, it's like a... Let me...
I was fapping. Oh, hi there.
I don't know, this is not related to what we're talking about. This little thing right here, I don't know what the hell that is, but the hair stands up unevenly. If I press the hair down, it looks normal. But like if I push the hair up, the rest of my hair will go back down to normal, but that one spot, it's not a bald spot. It's this weird spot where the hair is extra pliable. And if I don't push it down, it's still there to this day, by the way. If I don't push that little spot down, it just stays up like that. It's weird. Now, this is when I was 25, that thing appeared. I remember like thinking, what the hell, am I going bald on that? Nope, it's just this weird genetic anomaly from not having perfect genetics or something. All right.
I was fapping. Just kidding. Putting on some socks here.
My voice is fucked. 55 hours in. I can hear it. The monotone. I'm looking at follows, probably.
I'm joking.
I wish I would have recorded the
food's
chat.
Getting prepared.
Oh, I was making
Done
food.
in a little bit. It's warming up now.
Yeah, don't eat warm food during marathons, old Ronnie.
Best fap ever. Just kidding. God, never mind. Oops, I grabbed my PS3 controller. My thing was about to fall.
You could hear stars.
Alright. You'll never know.
This is 2011, I think. Before there was a... Oh, it was a Metal Gear Solid sound. Back then.
Thank you, goat fucker. Wait a minute. Sounds like a fake account.
I don't think it was a fake account. I think that guy was just a fucking weirdo. I'm probably looking at his account now.
Yep.
Oh, people wanted me to say stupid things back in the day. Because it was that compelling of a thing back then. Back then when nobody was doing it, it was really compelling to just make me say stupid shit. And to be fair, they've got these funny compilations on YouTube of like streamers saying dumb things. Saying like even racist things. Like they make their name like, oh, thanks for the donation. Insert racist comment name here. The point I'm making now is that those alerts, man, they just don't do it like they used to do it back in the day. And I think Twitch started to weirdly change in like 2013 when Twitch alerts really became kind of prominent toward the end of 2013, I would say. Toward the end of 2013, Twitch alerts started becoming more and more. I remember thinking back then, I'm like, dude, Twitch is becoming weird. Twitch is becoming really weird. And then, you know, house caught on fire and I disappeared off the internet for 5 years. And I come back to see what Twitch is like, and it is just a freak show. Everybody is just a court jester dancing clown. And I'm like, fuck. I had a prediction in my head that I didn't really say a whole lot back then because it wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't that big of a thing, but I was like, man, Twitch is turning into a weird circus where you get like... The meta was becoming kind of a circus freak show thing. It's not $5 to spray. It's $2.50. Because Twitch takes the other 50%, right? The monetization scheme's sped up. I'm back just in time, yeah. So I guess what I was trying to say is I don't really want to do anything weird that I don't like. I forgot how we got on this convo. Like any weird meta where you have to humiliate yourself for money. I'm not willing to do any of that anymore. I did a little bit of that back in like that cringe Mario dance I showed you was fucking cringe. But like in these days, I'm just not willing to do anything like that. I just don't care about your money that much. Alright, dog. I think I'm going to end stream here, fellas. I think we came up with a meta here. I'm going to use Dark Souls as my testing grounds for, sorry, San Kojima, I saw you pop in. I think I'll use Dark Souls as a testing ground for the Guinness Book World Record run. It's going to be using my rule set, not Guinness Book rule set, and I'm just going to see how difficult it is to just do 100 hours of streaming with 4 hours of sleep every 24 hours. You gotta stop saying that, San Kojima. It's not good, bro. Not good. Not good for you. Alright, so, when I come up with things, I'll post it in Discord. We were talking about this exact topic last night. When I come up with a date, maybe I'll advertise this for like a couple weeks. So after maybe Dark Arisen, I'm playing Dragon's Dogma currently. Maybe after... I don't want to play any Dragon's Dogma right now. I need to get a nap. I'm pretty freaking tired. And these dogs apparently want to go play because I've never seen them in quite a while be this agitated. So they want to go to the park maybe. Fifi. Park? I want to go to the park? Want to go to the park? Park time? Park time? Yes! Park time! Park time! Park time! Other dog. Park time! Want to go to the park? Want to go to the park? They're already going to fucking leave now. Alright, so I'm going to take them to the park and go have a park time session with them. I'll see you guys later. Join the Discord and I'll tell you when the, maybe whenever Dark Arisen ends. I think I'm going to play that for like a week, maybe. Maybe 7 more streams of that, I can assume. It's going to be well. I play like 8 hours every day on it. And then maybe I'll do that Dark Souls testing thing. I don't know. Maybe in 2 weeks from now. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Problem is, I've got a lot of stuff to do IRL too, so maybe this month is a bit fucked. Because I've got some photo shoots I need to do. And then Yeah. I don't know. Maybe in February. Maybe after Valentine's Day. We'll see. I'll come up with a solid date at some point. I'll have a battle plan. I'll let you guys know on either Twitter or I'll let you know either on Discord. So, we've mission success today. We've got a good battle plan here. Thank you for that, Dark. Alright, guys. Second dog looks old. She kind of feels old, by the way. Second dog feels old. She does look old to me, too. She's also fat, so she needs to go on a diet. I need to take these dogs out, otherwise they'll stop trusting me when I say park time.